If I could go back and change just one thing about my teens and 20s, I'd save over $100,000 and avoid so many financial regrets. Let's break down the lessons that I learned the hard way so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. Let's take it back. When I was 16, I was just starting college and dreaming of a high paying career. Growing up in a poor family had its silver lining, which I learned how to stretch a dollar early. And thankfully, my parents' low income meant I qualified for financial aid and I avoided a lot of college debt. Now, I went to community college, I used my work study money, and saved up wherever I could. Eventually, I bought a used Honda Civic Si hatchback. Right here, this isn't the actual one I had, I couldn't find a photo, but it was fun, economical, and affordable, or so I thought. Here's where I fell into my first financial trap. I spent way too money on car mods. Rims, exhausts, you name it. These upgrades didn't add real value, they just drained my wallet. And it's not just about cars, this applies to anything that eats away at your finances without a long term payoff. Cars, clothes, gadgets, they're tempting, but they don't build wealth. Think about this one. One person spends $10,000 on car mods, another one invests that money. Over 10 years with an 8% return, the investor has over $21,000. Meanwhile, the first person has, I guess, a louder muffler. And for the ladies out there, this applies to expensive clothes, accessories, and even the latest tech. Your future self will thank you for dialing back. Now, after a few years in college pursuing my nursing degree, I felt stuck and decided to join the military. If you're unsure about your path, a 4-year military stint can actually be life changing. You can gain work experience, save money, and get your tuition covered later, like I'm doing right now getting my MBA. My financial turning point came during my first deployment in 2017. I opened up a Robinhood account, saved every penny I could, and came home with $30,000 in my investing account. I didn't know much about investing yet, but I started. That's the key, starting even if you don't have all the answers. Unfortunately, when I returned to the States, I made a mistake that still stings. I bought a brand new 2018 WRX Limited, and I financed part of it and spent more on upgrades like a sound system and tinted windows. The total cost, $38,000. To make the down payment, I sold 500 shares of AMD stock for $6,000. Those shares would be worth nearly $70,000 today. Between depreciation, loan interest, and missed gains, my shiny new car syndrome cost me almost $100,000 in lost wealth. Imagine buying a $6,000 used car outright and investing the rest. Over 10 years, the difference is life changing. Don't let flashy purchases steal your future wealth. Anyways, from that point forward, I focused on saving and investing. I also got a couple credit cards to build my credit, but treated them like debit cards, paying the balance in full every month. Credit cards are powerful tools if used wisely. For example, a 2% cash back card can actually earn you money compared to debit or cash. But overspend and it can snowball into a debt spiral. And back then, I didn't budget. I just spent less than I earned and invested what was left. But creating a budget in Excel changed everything for me. It helped me prioritize goals, set spending limits, and stay in control of my money. I've even created a free budget spreadsheet template, which you can download on my Patreon with the link in the description. Studies show that budgeting can increase savings by 20 to 30%. So don't buy into the generic rules of 50, 30, 20 split. Push yourself to save as much as possible, but adapt it to your situation. Another thing I wish I'd done is spend my time more wisely. I wasted hours playing video games. The dopamine rush was fun, but it didn't add long-term value. Instead, I wish I'd learned a high-value skill, picked up a side gig, or read more books. And some of the books I would recommend you read no matter your age is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and Atomic Habits by James Clear. And as a Christian, I try to read the Bible daily, so the book of Proverbs is full of practical wisdom that helped me build discipline. And if your job offers a 401k or a similar plan with an employer match, maximize it. It's free money for your retirement. For my military folks, move your contributions from the low return G fund into the C fund, which mirrors the S&P 500. Over decades, this can double your returns. Once you've maxed your employer match, consider contributing to a Roth IRA. Gains grow tax-free, and over 30 years, the tax savings are enormous. But be cautious, because if you're planning to start a business and might need access to cash, a regular investing account might be a better fit. Which brings me to this point. Don't underestimate the value of financial advice. I wish I'd met with a financial advisor earlier. Not every advisor works with low net worth clients, but many do. If you're not sure where to start, feel free to schedule a meeting with my team using the link in the description. It'll be completely free for you, and you can get an idea of what to do in your specific situation. These lessons all come down to one principle: start making smart financial decisions early. Don't waste your youth on things that don't bring long-term value. Focus on growing wealth, building self-discipline, and creating opportunities for your future self. What's one financial lesson you've learned the hard way? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' stories. And don't forget to grab my free budgeting template in the description. Your future self will thank you for the work you put in today. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.